Good morning, everyone. It's Tiffany with Ready Set Crop and getting ready for my Friday morning live. It is Flashback Friday, so I'm pulling out an old supply to use, an old tool today to use on my page. So thanks for joining me, Friday morning people. Hi, Carmen from Pennsylvania. Nice to see you on here. I'm doing well, thank you. A little frazzled. I was babysitting for a friend this morning, and then they were running a little bit late, so then it made me a little bit late and had to come home and print pictures and all that. But I am here and excited to be in the craft room. I love Fridays in the craft room. Friday is my day off and no one else is home, and I really enjoy this time. So I hope that you have a time that you get to enjoy in your craft room as well. So I have these 3 photos of my daughter and our dog Bellatrix, and they got matching coats for Christmas and they did a quick little photo shoot. So I'm going to scrapbook these photos, and I am using the Love Wins paper pack because it's Valentine's Day, so I should be, Valentine's week. So I'm using the Love Wins paper pack, and I like to use a kit until it is gone. If you go onto YouTube, you can find videos called Kill a Kit videos that are really fun, where people just make as many layouts as they can using one kit. I try to do that because it's just fun to use up all the paper once you get it and use it until it's gone. So I've only done one layout with this, but I know I'll be able to make many more. So I'm just going to pull the papers out. I know that I want to do a white background, and I think I want to use these hearts, possibly. I'm going to check and see if there are any other hearts that I would like to use. And I want to use this, this paper here. I'm just going to see if there's a smaller heart that I would like instead. Because I want a small, oh, that's kind of cute. I want a small heart pattern. But maybe I'll do these bubbles. I like that. What's the other side of the bubbles? The stripes. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to use the bubbles. And then I have this little heart paper. And this is going to be my background. I think that'll work. All right, let me show you what I kind of have in mind. I usually start my page with something in my head, something I've kind of sketched out in my head. Sometimes I will actually sketch it out on paper just so that as I'm working, I don't lose my train of thought, which tends to happen. But I like to kind of think about an idea. It's sort of winging it still, but all right, I'm going to cut a square out of the center. I'm going to cut a 11 by 11 square out of the center, and I'm only going to have a 1-inch frame left. But that is because I need a fairly big piece to mat my photos. Well, I think I do. So I'm going to cut as much as I can out of the center. Carmen, it is freezing here in Massachusetts. I don't know how it is where you are in Pennsylvania, but wow, it is cold. And I don't really like the cold. I gotta tell you. Living in New England, it's not great for somebody that doesn't like the cold, but it's not for me. So I will be doing a lot of crafting this weekend, I think, because I don't see myself wanting to go out very much. So I'm cutting a 1/2 inch off the top and the side. So just off of 2 sides to make this a little bit more narrow. And I'm going to adhere this. Oh, it's cold where you are too. Yeah, I guess this is what winter is all about, but I don't love it. I'm going to just put adhesive along the 4 sides of my layout. Oh, this tape runner is really causing problems. Sorry. Tape runner difficulties. This refill has been a problem since day one. I don't know what its deal is. See if I can fix it quickly. I should have a backup in case things like this happen, but I don't. So I just have to fix it on the fly. This ATG I have had for at least 15 years, so it doesn't owe me anything. It has worked very well for 15 years. So I'm going to take this center square out. I didn't cut it perfectly, but that's okay. I'm just going to grab that and set it aside. And now I have my background that I'm going to put on here. And I made sure to only put adhesive along the very edge so that it wouldn't get stuck anywhere on that hole that I gutted. All right, so there's my background. Now here are my photos. I'm going to trim these down. These are 4x3 photos. I wanted to put them across in a line if I can. So I'm going to see how that looks. I typically do my lives at night. That is when I'm better at night. I'm more of a night owl than a morning person. But I like getting into the craft room. I like starting my day this way. Well, I've been out and about, but... All right, so I kind of want to do this grouping, and these two are very similar photos. They're just different angles, so I don't want to put them right next to each other. But I want to do like, I want to put them like this, and I could decide to put them exactly in a row like this, but I think I'm going to just kind of overlap them a little bit and make them a little crooked. But what I'm going to do is put a strip of this paper through the center. And I'm going to turn this sideways so I get an idea. I guess I want it to be about this width. I'm going to put my ruler here, and I'm going to tear it. I'm tearing it because I want that rough edge, but I'm using my ruler because without the ruler, sometimes your tearing can go a little crazy. So this way I have that torn rough edge, but it's in a straight line. So I'm going to lay that down right here. This watercolor paper with the hearts is so pretty. This is the same one I used the other night. The opposite side is a really pretty green. I have used it on the pink side both times, so I don't have the green anymore. All right, so I'm going to put these. I don't think I'm even going to mat these. I think I'm just going to put them down like this. And I'm not putting them on foam today, which is normally something I do. But today I'm not. Now, once I get this put together, I'll show you what my old school tool is that I'm pulling out today for Flashback Friday, because I haven't done that yet. I just want to build this cluster here. Okay, now I'm going to take this red burgundy I think I'm going to just tear a strip of this. I'm not going to adhere these down yet because I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to layer these, but what I would like to do is kind of have it like this. And then the same thing here. like I said, I haven't taped those down at all yet because I want to do the next thing, and so I'm not sure if that's exactly how it's going to go. Although just like this, I think that looks really pretty. But what I wanted to do is use my circle cutters and this paper. Now these circle cutters are the first ever scrapbooking tool I ever purchased. It was in 2000 I bought these. I'm missing one now because I bring these to crops and one of them walked away. You know, I'm sure accidentally it got packed up in somebody's supplies. But you can cut circles from the outside, so you can cut bigger circles out here, or you can cut from the inner circle. And I am going to cut the inner circle. I'm going to cut them all the same size. I think I'm going to use the green one, the green blade. But these tools have been around for 20 years now. I've had these, 21 years. And these blades I've had for 21 years. And these get used at crops by a lot of people, and they have still held up. I do need to buy the new blades because I think they are easier to use than the old design, but they're still great. Look at that circle. Perfect. A tip for you is to don't move your template until you know that it has cut all the way through. Because if you miss a little spot and you don't grab it, and you pull it up and see that it's not cut all the way through, you can easily go over that spot with your blade. But once you move your template, you're never going to line that back up again. So I always just double check. And I work standing up, so this works well for me, but I pretty much always like to use this cutting system standing up. I like that angle better. But super easy. And there's a track on the inside and there's a track on the outside, and the little feet fit right into the track, so you can cut bigger circles on the outside of each template. And the set of circles comes with 3 different sizes. Like I said, I'm just missing one of them. But you can see you can get really tiny circles, really big circles out of the set. And then I have the 12 by 12 mat. It might even be 13 by 13 now is what they sell. I've had this for a long time too. So I cut out 4 circles here, and I wanted to do a faux scallop on here. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to outline each of my circles because that's just something that I like to do. So I'm going to look for my Sharpie, and I'm going to outline each circle. And I'm just quickly going around the inside of each one, just giving it this little line that I think just adds another bit of interest to it. It's not perfect. I don't want it to be perfect. That is fine with me, because I'm drawing it myself. So it might be bumpy. I might go off the page accidentally. That's okay. Just something I like the look of. Try it out if you haven't done it before. See what you think. You might hate it. And you might say, I don't know why she likes doing that. So now I've got my circles. Like I said, I'm going to be making a faux scallop border with these. So I am going to cut each circle in half. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just eyeballing it. Circles there. Okay, so I'm going to tuck these along the top of my white piece here and along the bottom. Now you can see, just because of the size, if I wanted to fill it all the way, it's going to either go off of the white, or I'm going to have to cut the scallop. So I think what I'm going to do is actually shift these just so they're centered a little bit more. So I'm going to just pull them over a little bit. This is a really fun way to make a jumbo scallop on your layout. Makes a really beautiful border. I'm going to go ahead and adhere these because I know that I'm liking how they're lining up. You just want to make sure you need to layer these circles under something so that they don't show up as half circles. So just make sure that you leave space that you can tuck under your layers. And depending on the size of circles that you cut out, you're going to get a different size scallop on your layout. It's a really fun way to make a jumbo scallop border. You can do it along the side of your layout. You can mix and match the circles. I like to do all the same because then it gives that look that it's all one piece rather than a bunch of separate circles. I want to be able to trick the eye into thinking this is a jumbo scallop. Okay, so here's my layers. I want to remember I got to adhere this strip down. Tuck that under. And I really like that torn edge. It just gives another bit of dimension to those pieces. I'm going to turn this just so I can tuck it easier under my photos. Okay, and now I'm ready to do my title. So let me grab, I had some thickers in mind that I hope will work. So the other night I took some time to organize my thickers and moved all of my pink ones back here. I think these will work. I've got those as well. I have a huge collection. You can see this. I have two magazine holders like this. These are jumbo magazine holders. I have two of them. So one has all my neutrals, and then this one has my blues, my pinks, my reds, my greens, that kind of thing. Keeps them nice and organized. So I like these letters because they really match with the color of their coats. They're just really big, and I'm not sure that that is what I'm looking for. These were what I had in mind, but the papers don't seem to really go with that. I think I'm going to do these, and I'm going to make my title, I'll see if I can spell it out. Thinking I would make my title Strike a Pose, and then just spell out P-O-S-E. I've got an E, I've got a P, I have an O, and I have an S. Okay, I can do that. These letters, these stickers are 1,000,000 years old. These are from American Crafts. I don't even know what year. I mean, these are old, old, old. But I have been crafting for 21 years now, and I am also a bit of a hoarder. So it's hard for me to part with things. So I'm going to see what colors I'm going to do my letters. So I've got a P in orange and purple. I've got an O in that red and that pink. I've got the S in the red and the pink and the orange. And I've got the E in the orange and purple. Okay, so I think I'll do a purple P. And I'm going to do it down here, and I'm going to write Strike A above it. Maybe I'll do it on this heart. Yeah, I think I'll do it on the heart. It's kind of cute. P. So I tend to save supplies for a long time, and I'm trying to use them more because, what do I have for an E? I have an orange E. That's right. Because sometimes, like things like stickers, the stick doesn't last forever, and you know, if you don't use it, you lose it. Basically, you lose that stickiness, and So I'm trying to use up my supplies as much as I can. Okay, I'm going to use this orange E. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of that white that I had here. And I'm going to cut a little tag, I think, but I'm going to first write strike a pose. I like to incorporate my own handwriting when I can. Because it makes it a little bit more personal. So I just kind of wrote out some simple letters, and I'm just filling in on the downstroke, making that line a little bit thicker. And then I'm going to grab my gray marker and go over each of the letters. And this is kind of giving it a faux shadow effect. Okay, pretty basic title. You could also print something on the computer, or you could use other smaller letter stickers. I just like to incorporate my own handwriting when I can. And I'm going to trim this down as thin as I can. I should have used my photo trimmer to make it a little bit more even. Do that there. Strike a pose. So then I will do some journaling here next to my title, just to talk about Eliza and Bellatrix doing their photo shoot with their matching coats. Their funny little Christmas gift. And I think I'll add a few splatters because now that I have this orange that I brought in with the letters, and there's orange in the photos, but there isn't orange in any of the supplies. So I want to bring in some of that orange. So I have this Mr. Huey's called Sunset. I cover up my photos so I don't wreck them, and just add a few splatters here and there, just to bring in that orange throughout the layout. I like doing splatters because it just adds a hint of color. I also have a Shimmers Vibes in Razzle Dazzle Berry. Wow, that was kind of a tongue twister. I'm going to add a little bit of this splatter. And this is kind of that nice berry color that I did a few strips of above and below the photo. So that will just kind of carry that through. And I'm going to add a couple of sequins. I have this really pretty mix that I got from, oh, now I can't remember. Spiegel Mom Scraps. She sells sequin mixes that are really pretty. And so I bought that set at some point. I don't remember when. I'm just going to put a couple of dots on my layout. Dots of glue where I would like a sequin to go. and then I'm just gonna pop them down. And she sells, Spiegel Mom Scraps sells sequins in color families. So I unfortunately don't remember what this color family was called, but it's really pretty pinks and golds and just kind of the perfect colors for this layout. So I'm just grabbing anything that might work, and I'm just going to sprinkle a few of these sequins all over the place. I might add more later because, you know, they're just easy to throw down. They add a really pretty little sparkle to it, and without adding, you know, a huge amount of weight or anything. This is little tiny sweet pink ones. I'll put another little one up here. I will probably go back and add a little bit more of these because they're kind of fun, but you don't need to watch me put sparkles all over the page. But they are fun to throw down. Hi, Claire. Oh, thanks. Oh, Sue. So I have sprays from all over the place from different places that I've purchased them from through the years. This one that I used the other day, this is from Amuse Studio. It's called Splash. I don't know if they're in business anymore, and I don't know if they make this anymore. But this was called Splash by Amuse Studio. This I know you can still buy. It's called, the company's called Shimmers with a Z. And this, I think their sprays are called Vibes, and they all have a little bit of glitter in them. Let's see. Tim Holtz does distress sprays. So he does sprays to match all of his color ink. So this one is Cracked Pistachio. Let's see, what else do I have? Tattered Angels. Tattered Angels does Glimmer Mist. So, you know, just search online. Honestly, I looked on Amazon and I just found the distress sprays. But the ones that I've seen the most lately have been the Tim Holtz distress sprays. But if you look up Shimmers, I think that's just a company that makes them on their own. Tattered Angels, I'm not sure where you can buy those, but you might be able to find those too. I don't think that Amuse Studios Splash is around anymore. I also had this one, Mr. Huey's. This was Studio Calico's, but I'm not sure if Studio Calico is making the sprays anymore either. I've just been collecting these for so long that I kind of just have I have a big variety of them. But yeah, I will be very sad when this is gone because I really only have a small amount left in this bottle. This mermaid color I have used a lot. But if you like Tim Holtz colors, then you will know what colors you're getting with his with his distress sprays. So that's kind of nice. If you are familiar with Tim Holtz Ranger colors, that's helpful. Yeah, Tattered Angels, Claire, that one's been around for a long time. Thank you for tuning in to my Friday morning page. I hope that you have time to get some scrapbooking done this weekend. It is super cold, so I'm going to be staying in. I'm not heading outside for anything, but I will definitely try to get some more pages done because it's good weather for scrapping. Thank you guys so much. Have a great weekend. Happy Valentine's Day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.